Why, hello, hello. Good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods right now watching this. This is Peyton 3.0, the EDM and drum set vocalist, Zombie Supreme, the god, the queen, the king, the master of EDM. But we're not here to talk about EDM today. This is a series really from the brains behind this whole brand in the first place. Peyton James Cross Jr., that is, honey. Okay? This is called The Truth Is. And today you came to learn about your mindset is not set up for success. Okay? If you like what you hear today, please hit the like button. Yes. Yes. And join the family. I have a couple of pieces of content on this channel, and you may only enjoy one or two of them, and that's just fine for me. Okay? Anyway, so I forget what episode this is of this starting series. I've been doing this series for a hot minute. My mind always comes up with something. Brainstorms, So anyway, today is all about the mind. Today is all about the brain, folks. Okay? Today is all about that. Yes, it is today. All right. So, I want you to look at what's on your screen if you're looking at, if you're paying attention right now. If you're not, please take a moment to look at your screen for a minute. And you see a picture of two people, basically. The one on the right in red is called a fixed mindset. And you see the locks by each caption or word. And on the first caption it says, I can't do this. The second caption says, this work is good enough. It's good enough to skate me by. It's good enough for me to make the paycheck. Let me skate on by. It's good enough. The last one is, this is too hard, so I give up. I'm frustrated. I'm mad. It's not easy. I like it easy. I like it comfortable. So I'm going to get frustrated, get mad, and I'm going to give up. Then we have the second person on the left here in green with a growth mindset. And it has a little plant that's obviously growing by each caption. Give me a moment, folks. On the first caption, it says, I can try a different strategy. Okay, I can tweak. You know what? This didn't work. See, I'm the person in green. I used to be the person that was in red. But now I'm the person that's in green. Okay? I can try a different strategy, which means if that one thing didn't work, you don't fall over, you don't get upset, you don't get mad, and then give up. You say, okay, that didn't work that way. Let me try this. Okay, this worked a little bit better, but it's not the best that it can be. So let me try this over here. Let me switch it up for a minute. Ooh, I do that in my everyday life. That is literally how I think right now. My mindset is set up for success. Okay. The second caption is this really my best work? Again, that goes back to, is this the best I can get it? Or can I get it even better for better results? What is my goal? What am I trying to accomplish? Is what I'm doing right now, is this really getting me my full maximum results? Is this getting me my full maximum goal and what I'm trying to do? And then the last one is this may take some time and effort. Something the person in red on the right over here is not willing to do. They want instant gratification. Okay? They want instant gratification. They want it to be easy, fast, and quick. Like it was the early days of TikTok on social media. Like it was the early days of Vine, who sadly, unfortunately failed and didn't get back up again from that. Failed. Didn't try it again, honey. Or if they did try it again, honey, they said, we just want to sit with Twitter. We gonna sit with that. We do that well. Twitter's still working. They put their head between their legs and they ran for the coup. Allegedly. Okay? Allegedly. You understand, see, the person in the green on the left-hand side understands this is going to take some time, some effort. I'm trying to build a business. This is going to take some time and effort. I'm an artist who now has a business mindset. This is definitely going to take some time and some effort because being an artist is one of the hardest things musically that you can do. Especially when you're trying to do it yourself, you're trying to build a business yourself without being signed to a label. That's going to take your creative control anyway. And most likely most of your money. And leave you working for the rest of your life as a touring artist because you can't make royalties from your records or your publishing or your masters. Physically taxing your body like a 9-to-5 worker. All they got is their bodies, honey. If the body goes out, the income stops coming in. I mean, that's where I'm at right now, but I'm having to depend on my own body to show up somewhere to make some money, earn income. But I am actively working on building passive income streams, or at least other things where I'm just on the computer, you know, while the robot's doing the work, that one day they'll start to actually make some money. One day, these things that I'm doing, the building, will start to make some revenue. But right now, it's the earned income. It's just the way the system is set up for this. It's just the way the capitalist system is set up. But I'm not here crying. I'm not here going wow, because that's not going to do anything for me. That's the person on the right-hand side with the fixed mindset. Person over here on the left understands what's out there in the jungle, understands the game enough that they have a growth mindset to learn, to try things, to experiment, to keep learning, and keep going. That's the person I am today. See, I used to be the person, like I told you before, I was the person on the right-hand side. I was that person for a very long time. I didn't have the right environment. I didn't have the right human animals around me to have the growth mindset over here on the right. I had the wrong type of environment for most of my life. I had the wrong type of people around me. The family was all wrong that I was born into. But now I'm a different animal, honey. Different animal. And you need to be too. Let me know in the comment section right now, what kind of person are you right now? And it's okay if you're the person that's in red. It's okay. Because we all have to start somewhere. But are you, obviously if you're on this video, you want to be Let me take, for example, let me tell you about a roommate of mine right now. He's a perfect example. I'm not going to say his real name out of respect. We're just going to call him Helix. Helix, okay? Helix wants to grow. Helix wants to be successful. But there are a few things that stand in his way of really doing that. Number one, the environment. Now we always cannot escape our environment that we're in due to many circumstances. I know all too well. But the thing is, number one, you have to become self-aware. That is very important. The person that's in a growth mindset is somebody that's on a level of self-awareness. The person that's on a fixed mindset has no self-awareness at all. Okay. And so when you have been washed and watching, and the older you get and you still have these fixed mindset habits, and you have a consciousness to want to change over, but you don't have the tools and the mindset to really do it, so it'll always be a hope and a wish and a dream. There's a problem that needs to be fixed. Number one, again, I'm going to mention your environment. So the thing that, like, how I can back her, my environment is not the best. My environment is not something to set me up for success right now. But I'm able to battle against that because even though the physical environment is not the best for success, but the online communities that I'm a part of, those environments are rich in the right resources and people and community that I need to keep growing and to keep going. This is the new age. And so I fight against things all the time in my physical environment that contradict what I've been learning and who I'm becoming when it comes to the online communities of these brilliant people. Because these things that I've been taught by these people are actually working. Actually working. The financial literacy practices and strategies that I've learned changed my life completely round. Changed it. Now I strategize how my money moves when it comes into the bank. I know how much money I'm spending on what. I know what my expenses for overhead and what I spend on rent and everything costs versus what I'm bringing in. I treat my money like soldiers on the battlefield, honey. Okay? When you're making $30,000 or less a year, which is currently what I'm making, that's the average person or less, and that's gross, not net. Net is what you take home. Gross is what you made in total, but then the tax man comes and says, yoink. Okay. And it depends on what tax bracket you're in. $30,000 usually right now currently is in the 10% tax bracket. Usually through the 12% tax bracket, depending. $31,000, $32,000 a year tax bracket. Okay, so what's the point I was trying to make? The point is, a lot of times people will sabotage themselves subconsciously in the fixed mindset, even though they want to be in the growth mindset, but they're struggling between the two. They're struggling back and forth between the person on the right in red, the fixed mindset, and they're struggling between the person on the growth mindset. They're struggling in their mind between the two. It's tug of war, and that's a recipe for disaster, and that's what both my roommate Helix is currently in. Struggling between the two. And that creates chaos in the brain. And it just creates a harder existence. You got to be on one side or the other. You cannot be struggling between the two. It's like the person who's a middle class person. See, middle class people, they either have traits and knowledge of how rich people move, and they also have the traits of how working class people at the bottom making little money move as well. They're in between. But see, again, that's a recipe for disaster, because you can't, the laws of like just how the capitalist system works and just nature itself of the brain, you can't be in between. It's not like being bisexual. So you could be bisexual, honey, by nature. And nature allows for that. But it doesn't allow for binary things in a handful of situations when it comes to life. And the mindset is one of them. You either gotta have this mindset or that one over there. The two on the screen, you either gotta have the one on the right in red or the one on the left. You can't be struggling between both of them. You have to pick a side, okay? Because you're gonna drive the brain crazy. Okay? Your mindset is not set up for success if you're somebody that's on the right in the fixed mindset. And let me read those again. I can't do this. This work is good enough. This is too hard. I don't want to educate myself. I don't want to learn. I'm a victim. It's not my fault my life is shitty. It's the world's fault. See, somebody like me could still be saying that today, right? I'm black. I'm a little more heavy set. I'm gay. I come from a poverty background. Haven't really truly been able to escape poverty. Well, at least not at the level of. See, the thing is, I've been able to escape the dead broke poverty. At this point, I'm never broke now. I've been able to escape that. That's an accomplishment. Especially when you're still working 9-to-5 jobs for the employer, making $30,000 a year or less. That's an accomplishment. Okay. So, there's not many people out there that can say that they can do that with those circumstances. But I'm one of them. Okay. So people who struggle between like Mr. Helix, okay, people like that who struggle between both of those mindsets, they end up sabotaging themselves, and they end up putting things in their environment which hinder them when their mindset, when their mental toughness is not strong enough yet, it's not strong enough, and then you're struggling between the two. You're putting more things in your environment that make it harder for you to achieve what you are trying to achieve. Again, that is a recipe for disaster. Second thing is that you don't have the resources you need. I don't just mean goods or whatever. I mean you don't have the teaching resources that you need. You don't have even the financial resources that you need at all. So that's a double whammy. That's a double handicap, honey. So there's a lot of people out there, maybe it's you, that are just not set up for success. Your mindset is not set up for success. You may be stuck in the fixed mindset over here on the right. I can't do this. It's too hard. It's too scary. Who do I think I am? I can't do it. You let your mind bully you. You let your mind tell you what it is, and you go along with it. Because you haven't learned. So you gotta kind of become a nerd. Being a nerd to a certain degree really helps you out in life in a lot of ways. You have to be interested enough to learn about the brain so that you can learn how to control the brain, because it's not just you upstairs. It's not just you upstairs in this head of yours. It's not just you. It's a whole team up there that has different kind of functions. That's on automatic that you can't control. But what you can't control when that prefrontal cortex starts talking to you negatively, because that's just how nature has made it. It sucks, but that's the truth. Talks to you negative to keep you safe, to keep you safe, to keep you from going to danger zones of things that are scary, that can hurt you. That's the body, that's the brain's job, and at least in that part of it. You gotta say, shut the fuck up, we're doing this, let's go. See, to be fearless is not to have no fear at all, because that's impossible for the human animal. There's no human animal walking on the planet that has no fear. It's feeling the fear from that amygdala back there in the brain that controls the fear response and the signals that sends out the amygdala, and the prefrontal cortex that try to talk to you and say, hey, you're an idiot. You're not good enough. You're dumb. Especially if people outside of you are saying those things to you, and then your brain repeats those things back. It's a double negative whammy of cortisol. You got to be good enough as the conscious to fight against the people outside of you and your prefrontal cortex. Let me say that again. You got to get good enough to fight with the people who are negative outside of you and your prefrontal cortex. Period. I'm gonna leave you with that right there. This has been Peyton 3.0 of the Queen, of the King, of the God, the chef in the kitchen, cooking you up something delicious for you to eat, to take with you for the rest of your life. Please hit the like button, share, comment, all of that good stuff. Yes. And for those of you who are into the EDM scene, if you don't even know what EDM stands for, I wouldn't even bother. Oh, woo. Snapchat, I'm on it, get on it. My own website is up, honey. Payton30.com. SoundCloud, honey, get on it. This song in the background called Turn Up, Let the Music Heal You, honey. That is on SoundCloud right now. It's an older one, but it's still a cloud pleaser. It's a general cloud pleaser. It's a mainstream audience pleaser. Okay, so it's on SoundCloud currently spinning. Facebook.com, which is where my large community right now is, with 19,000 K followers and counting. TikTok, this is a newer account, so I'm growing it. I'm spending my ads and all that good stuff, cause that's the game on social media, honey. You want to get somewhere, you gotta spend some ad dollars, okay, and learn how to market. It's only that good and fresh where anybody can just get in and get all the followers when a platform is brand new and they are looking, they're like, okay, we're brand new, we ain't got the cloud of Facebook and all this and the big juggernauts. Okay, so we kind of like let everybody up in here and grow their following and whatnot, and we pay them a little money, we got a little something for them, ain't got too much. Then when they get to the level of saturation in Facebook, YouTube levels, they switch the game on you, bitch. And now you gotta run some ads if you want a huge following. See, you can't just want a huge following just because you want attention. You can't just want a huge following just because you want followers. You want to be Instagram or whatever, social media famous. No. When social media platforms get to this level, number one, they are a business. See, let me tell you how it really works, okay? See, these social media platforms, see, you're on it for free. You're on it for free, but here's the thing. Because you're not paying any money to them to be on these platforms for free, what you're paying with is your data. What you're paying with is every action you take and they report and they sell it to other companies and other advertisers like me, because I'm playing the game of business, so that we are able to get to the right people to sell, to survive, to thrive. That's what you're paying with. You're paying with your information. You're paying with giving up your privacy. If there's any such thing as privacy in this world that we live in now at all. Which, let me tell you something, there is not. Okay? There's a camera recording you everywhere that you go, basically. Including your own house. Okay? You see this house right here? You come in, it's like walking to a convenience store. You open the door, front door. You open the garage, or whatever it says, okay. It's like walking to a convenience store. They want to know where you at. They want to know if you come in, come out. Robberies, whatever, people trying to protect against. When really they're just creating another problem. It's not, you saw one to create another problem. Right. So anyway, especially when you put like 5, 6 other people in your house, now you can't tell who's coming in to rob and kill you and who's not. Okay? You got like 5, 6 other people in your house. Now, you know, the way things are going, people have to rent out rooms and things, and the economy's going down and whatnot, you know, and things are getting harder for people who make $30,000 or less. You know? Can't nobody afford their own homes and even apartments, you know, so if they wanted to. Well, anyway, that's the end of what I gotta say. You have to have a goal in mind. You have to be in the business mindset to get the kind of following that you want. You have to know who your market is, whatever. You can't be advertising to any old body, honey. That's gonna shoot you in the foot, and you waste money. So, my name is Peyton 3.0, and I'll see you on the next The Truth Is.